I call the Culture Committee together at 10:01. Please rise for the invocation. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. We ask your blessings upon all of our veterans and our active military, and as well as our law enforcement throughout the reservation. We are grateful for all who work hard to keep our language and culture and arts alive. And dear Lord, we just ask your guidance today in making right decisions for our Cherokee people. In Jesus' name, amen. Gail? Oh. Roll call, please. Ani.
Candace Teehee. Keith Austin.
Here.
Danny Callison.
Here.
Julia Coates. Sean Crittenden. Joe Deere. Mike Dobbins. Rex Jordan. Johnny Kidwell. Darrell Legg. Wes Snowfire. Dora Patskowski. Joshua Sam. Mike Shambaugh. Melvina Shotpouch. E.O. Smith. You have a quorum.
Thank you. Thank you. If everyone's had an opportunity to look over the minutes, I'd ask for a motion for approval for the last meeting. Second? All in favor? Motion passes. Thank you. All right, our first report will be from Ms. Molly Jarvis with Cultural Tourism. Good morning, Molly.
Good morning. Good to see you all today. Just a few highlights from the report that we submitted on the Heritage Center. We continue to work on that master plan for that project. Other ones, and the same for Dwight Mission. We are now in the master planning phase for that location. And then just wanted to hit a couple highlights. We do have at the end of this month the return of Cherokee Days event in Washington, D.C. at the National Museum of the American Indian. And then later in the beginning of April, we have the Trail of Tears art show that will be here in Tahlequah. And those are some of the highlights. Until the next time I'm back in front of you, and I'll entertain any questions if there are any.
Anybody have any questions for Molly? It was a good report. No one? Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you, Molly.
Thank you.
Okay, next report will be on our language department, Mr. Howard Payton. Welcome.
And I'm already, this is a reminder that we still have a little bit of cold weather. I'm ready for more blooms and more birds, so that I'm sure will be coming soon. I'll go over a few updates, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. The translation department has did 9,979 words internally in this reporting time, and externally 223. We've had we give out a lot of posters, a lot of drives and that sort of stuff as far as memory sticks that allows our schools and external folks that want to learn Cherokee more access. On the immersion school, we had a good little training from the Wadoo-Kanadine Ojibwe Language Institute. Was able to travel to Tahlequah and provide a couple of trainings to our teachers, which it's always good when you have a very successful program with an immersion school that meets with another immersion school and starts finding similarities and that sort of thing on things that we could work on and things that they're doing. So that was a good time. On the Cherokee Institute of Excellence, the Institute of Excellence thus far has recorded 300 hours of audio from speakers throughout the communities. We've finished up our third cohort of distinguished speakers, and we're looking at starting a fourth cohort with 6 more distinguished speakers very soon. On the Cherokee Teacher Bridge, we started a new project. We'll create a series of exercise videos in the Cherokee language. So what we've found out during the Master Apprentice and also with the immersion school, it does, you learn more and that sort of thing when you're moving. So we're taking some time where we can put a video on and it be in Cherokee and we do exercises. And so that may not sound really big for most folks, but for us it's a big thing because all exercise videos is in English, right? And so this allows us to learn language while we exercise, which I think is a cool project. We've working on 3 of them videos right now and working on the scripts, and I think that will be a good project for Teacher Bridge participants, and after that they're looking to be able to do that with some of our younger kids in immersion school, but we may actually use some cartoon characters to do that so that the kids can stand up by their desk and do exercises, which I think is something that will be really, really neat. The community language classes and the archives and our tech group has been working on a Saving Voices program that's interviewing and recording first language Cherokee speakers on site at Durbin Filling Studio and doing some home visits. At the time of the report, we had recorded 31 Cherokee speakers. Now that has came close to around 60 or 70, and so it's really, really moving fast now since we finally got started. The idea is to try to record every Cherokee speaker we possibly can and have that in the archives for a time when we no longer have Cherokee speakers. And so if we have or no longer have first language Cherokee speakers, as many at the very least, so we can come back and look at some of these words and see how we put them in sentences and how we put them in paragraphs. So I think that's really, really good. Ed Fields started a new online class on March 6th. Well, he started signing folks up for that class, and then the actual class will start March 20th. So we're excited about that. Cherokee 2 has been airing on RSU on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And so we'll be launching a Cherokee 3, and we're also in the fall, and we're also working on Cherokee 4. So there'll be a time, I think Ms. Shotpouch here is helping with that, and so that's a good program. I'll get a lot of calls from that, and thanks for your help. So we've just finished or was working with the Cherokee Language Bowl, which we was able to help with on our Greasy campus, which was good. The Cherokee Language Master Apprentice Program, we recently graduated 7 learners, and we're accepted 8 more, and so we're moving on that, and that's really good. Language Technology has been working on different apps, but one of the things we're looking at is a partnership with Oklahoma City University that will kind of put their tech folks married up with our language people to help us with some what we're calling kind of low-hanging fruit apps that will allow people just to use their iPhones or their Androids to play some games and that sort of stuff in Cherokee. And the more access that we have, the better. We've also helped the Human Services app, and they're working on an arrangement where we can actually apply for a job at Cherokee Nation in Cherokee. So that's something that we're excited about and we've been helping with. Of course, the Speaker Services is going strong. I asked a few days ago, I said, how many roofs have we helped, have we done since we started this program? And the answer was 170. Wow. And so I'm just so impressed with them. It's my dad used to tell me, so it's not the IQ, it's the I will, and I assure you it's not our IQ, it's just the hearts of the folks that's working on that. People like Sammy Eagle, Denise Starr, they have just went above and beyond. And of course, this body has continued to help us. If there's phone calls, you guys coordinate with us, and it's been amazing. And so thanks for all your help. I'll be more than glad to try to answer any questions that I may have or anything that I may have missed.
Anyone have questions? Yes, Malvina.
Our speakers meeting each month is growing. We had people from Pryor and Kenwood and Salina area come to our meeting this past month, and even our food, we're trying to do cultural each month, bring some kind of cultural food to the meeting, and so it's getting to be more fun, each time come, and everybody has a little story to tell, so it's good laughter and good times.
That's medicine, isn't it?
It is.
I will tell you, I've had some elders come, quite a few since, the speaker meetings and then speaker services, and they've came and said, hey, by the way, this the grandbaby, we haven't spoke a word of English to them. And I'm wondering, we're doing a lot in the language department, don't misunderstand me, but I'm wondering what's happening organically in our communities and how we can help them. And I think it's just speakers looking at it saying, hey, we're standing up. And that's happening in our communities, which is good.
I have a couple questions, Howard. You mentioned a memory stick. What is that?
So we have we've ordered several thousands of these little drives or memory sticks. It has our cartoons. It has all the posters, all the things that we have kind of developed. I think it's about 8 or 10 gig. And it allows somebody, a lot of people likes us to make posters for them, and that's no problem, but it allows us just to be able to pull a stick out and say, okay, if you're at a time where you're in a pinch and you're wanting something printed or you're wanting one of our books printed, I think it has 8 of our books in there, and it keeps growing, so I may be missing some things, but it allows somebody just to put it in their home computer and download that and have them resources right there.
Okay, and sort of along that same line, I had a call from an elder lady who was asking about how her granddaughter, who lives remotely, I believe in Texas maybe, she said, are there any tapes that she can learn language with? But what I'm wondering is, are we videotaping or, taping the classes, like, say, Ed Field's class, if it's a beginner class? Are those available after the fact, if somebody wanted to?
So we have a lot of tapes. Now, it's, you guys have been around speakers. Sometimes they don't like a camera on them, but when they allow that, we try to tape that. We're in a process of doing a language server that will allow folks to access that all in one place. And we're also in the process of trying to do a kind of a YouTube channel where it's this 24 hours Cherokee. So if you're doing dishes or you drive down the road and you have, you can put your earbuds in and hear Cherokee. We're thinking what they tell us is that you have to hear about 800 hours of Cherokee to fully hear it. And so, so our students, sometimes they go to sleep listening to it. So we're trying to get better resources for them. We're lacking still in some areas, but it's coming. So.
Okay, good. Yes, Counselor Crittenden.
Hey, Howard, I was double checking in the reports on the Cherokee speaker services, and unless I missed it, if there was something additional, there's no report.
I think staff didn't add that. and so-
Now, I'm not trying to point out anything negative, but Howard, what you guys are doing is good news.
I know.
Right, and we need all the good news, in this world. Cherokee Nation, we're doing our part of good news, and it's fun being a part of it. Boy, Howard, they ought to keep somebody right there with them. Their job's to document those roofs you're talking about, the stools you're fixing, the showers you're fixing, the gardens. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
And appreciate what you guys are doing, but that needs highlighted. How many roofs did you say?
170.
I mean, and that don't make the old Facebook world. That don't make the fun stuff that's floating out there. That's good stuff, and I appreciate you. That's helping people.
It is the appliances, the roofs, the walk-in showers. We want that out there at the same time. There's kind of a cultural component to that where we kind of, the folks that work there, they want to keep their head down because it's not about them.
Well, it's not. It's
You know,
not.
and
It's
so,
not. But this is such a good thing.
Yeah,
That,
it is.
That I know the culture component. I was raised there.
Yeah.
But this needs to be known. And secondly, we spoke about getting some funds to one of these groups. And if will you update me on how we've decided to get them that trailer was the one thing.
Yeah.
And just which way we'll do that. And that's another group that I'm really excited about, Grassroots. I mean, boom, they're there.
Yeah.
And I'm wanting to help outfit them if I can.
We've ordered
Josh.
them a trailer.
Hey.
And so we've got that coming, but you're right, Counselor, that group is growing, and it's
Hey.
nothing like having the speakers that says, okay, I see what's happening out here. This is my nation. This is my people.
Yeah.
Put a hammer in my hand. I want to help, and so that's amazing.
I don't think I've ever asked for a report or a bigger report, but I'm gonna go ahead and ask.
Okay.
I'd like to see that in here just for the good stuff that I know I'll be looking at.
We'll get it for you.
Man, that's just sitting there waiting talk about potential.
Absolutely.
That'll be another good part of this book.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, don't you,
Thank
Jay
you,
Leach?
Sid.
Certainly. Anyone else? Yes, no part.
Hey, Howard. Was wanting to kind of know a little bit more as far as, I know we have the 300 hours audio speaking that you're learning, that you're getting out there and recording. You mentioned that you got to have 800 hours of listening. And maybe kind of more over to the immersion side too, on how much it's being taught through singing. Or is it going to look at maybe developing a little bit of the singing aspect of it to help remember some of the words? I know when I was a kid, I bring that up for two reasons. When I was a kid, we used to have some Cherokee videos. I wish I could remember the names of them, but it was a bear out there, and he'd be singing like
Yeah.
"Sequoia Gay Blue,"
Yeah.
Giga Gay, Giga. He'd be singing those songs, and even to this day, like, we remember all of his songs. We can hear the music start kicking on, then you remember the words to that song. And it's kind of a unique way that I kind of thought of, and I figured that you guys have already had a lot of songs and included in on that, but I just didn't know as far as how much that's being done or developed, or if they're looking to develop more of it.
Well, there is a children's CD that we have and that we continue to play in the classrooms. Sometimes they play that, or the choir when the kids are napping, or that sort of thing. We're trying to record every Cherokee speaker. That's for a few reasons. One reason is that years from now, I think it will be really, really neat for people to hear their grandparents speak.
Yeah.
But we estimate that there was around maybe 100 communal dialects, and we're thinking that there's around 65 now.
Yeah.
So 35 of them is estimated that we have less than 5 speakers in that communal dialect. So what we're trying to do is document that such that years from now, somebody may end up speaking the Greasy dialect because we have a immersion school there, but if they want to pick up Oak Ridge because their grandparents came from that, then they have enough documentation to step in them what we're calling linguistic footprints. And so we're trying to document that the best we can. We're trying to get up to 10,000 hours of
That's
recordings. That's going to take us a minute, but we're working on it. There's a man that I think that is over that is just doing phenomenal. He's a little bit bashful, or I'd call out his name, but he's doing a really, really good job. Him and a couple of ministers. One's guy soldiers, the other one's Mr. Shell, which is recording a lot of the speakers. So it's doing good, and we're giving them a little bit of money for recording them, which will help them as well.
Well, I'm really glad that that's getting recorded. I know Durbin Phelan, his first linguistics teacher was my great aunt Anna Kilpatrick, and if we could only go back in time and record them back then, and of course my grandpa, he was monolingual speaker, and you're like, man, I wish I could.
Here.
And so that, I know that's going to be a good thing for a lot of the families that y'all are doing that for, and even us who may be related to them somewhere down the line, we're able to hear them speaking it in their original form and their capacity. The children's CD that you mentioned, are you able to purchase that or able to get that online?
I think that's all in the gift shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. I know it's a fun thing to have it in singing form. I know my kids are doing at home schooling on a program that's like that, where they're learning through singing, and so I'm
Yeah.
like, well, maybe we could start getting these CDs and including that in our program there at our house. So
Yeah, it's in my it's in our heart. I seen when I was young, and my wife was going to an institute in another country, learning a different language, and we was this young missionaries at the time. But one of the things that some of the folks would do was by singing and hearing, learning songs, and they tested all of us out. And I know that there's a component there that there's certain minds will learn by singing faster than by reading or anything else.
well, I know it dates all the way back to the biblical times when the psalmists, they didn't have it written down. They could just sing it by cadences, and even our songs that are grounds are that way. And so that's just a really unique component to it. And so I appreciate you having that CD, and hopefully we'll be able to kind of expand on that. So all right.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Well done.
Well done.
Appreciate it.
Sure. Anyone else? Great report. Howard, thank you, and all your people from us for what you do.
Well done.
You're greatly appreciated.
EJ Legis in the God. Well done.
All right, it looks like community and cultural outreach. We've got someone sitting in for Kevin Stretch, and it looks like it might be Brad.
So,
Seal.
yeah, Kevin is out of town today, And I'm sure y'all have the report from Mark Parman, our CCO report. I'll try to answer any questions if anybody has questions. If I don't know the answer, I will get back to you.
Anyone have any questions? Looks like you got off easy.
All right.
Thank you.
I was going to say, we do have some volunteers in this weekend. We actually have 50 volunteers from Kansas State, Ohio State, and Illinois State, and they are mostly in Adair County. They're going to be going up into Delaware and Mays a little bit, and into Cherokee and Sequoia a little bit, but first big group of volunteers since COVID, so they're going to be doing some projects in the communities.
That's great. How long will they be here?
They'll be here this week. Yeah,
Oh, just
they'll
this
leave Friday. It's, the alternative spring break type things. And so we have one group is 32 from Illinois State, and they're going to be staying up at Chewy so that they can kind of branch out into different counties. So we're operating a little bit understaffed. Our coordinator is out for a little bit, so but everybody's pitching in and helping.
Great. I'm sorry? I think so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, wait.
Nope. That's right.
Counselor Critton.
So I guess we feed them and take care of all the
Yeah,
volunteers?
well, they do their meals most of the time. They bring food and feed themselves. We try to house them in community buildings that have good kitchens and good showers and all that sort of thing. They're staying at Chewy, Mid-County, and Fairfield. We put the smaller group at Fairfield because they just have one or two showers. And we put the big group at Chewy because they've got several. But we will be feeding them Thursday evening at 5:30? 5:30 at Mid-County. Our staff will be doing a hog fry. So we're going to treat them. Since there was a lot of times we just take them out to eat somewhere at the White Wolf or somewhere like that. But since there was this large of a group coming down, we're going to do a hog fry at Mid-County Thursday at 5:30. So.
Would you, if you don't mind, would you just tell us briefly what some of the things are that they do when they come to help?
Well, when we have college kids in, we never really know what the skill level is going to be, whether, some of them are experienced with construction. So we do a lot of yard cleanup. We do a lot of painting and staining. Our volunteer program builds a lot of handicap ramps throughout the year when we don't have volunteers in. And so they tend to save, some of the staining and stuff for times when we are going to have volunteers in. Trying to think. I know there's one, lady at Chewy that needs a lot of, interior work on the house. And so with our guys that work along with the career services folks that work with us, we can supervise small things like handicap ramps, decks, porches. Somebody's porch is falling down. They need a door widened, shower kit put in. We can do those sorts of things. So.
That's helpful, thank you. And Counselor Shop-Pouch, do you have a question?
I was just going to say, it brings back a lot of memories in the past when, years ago, when they used to come to Bull Hollow and stayed at the building there. And it's good to see those students out working. I know they help with churches and different places, and so it's good to have them here.
Yeah, it's still the same program going on, and it's very good to be able to. We had one small group back in January from Ohio State, I believe, but this is the first big group. It's good to get started back with this. Our guys. We've got 4 guys that work for the volunteer program, and in the interim, they have done a lot of work for people. But I know they're happy to get back out with volunteers again.
It'd be nice when we got some warmer weather, too.
Yeah, it would be. You never know about spring break.
I hear you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank y'all. Well, no.
Okay. Okay, last report, Cherokee National Treasurers Advisory Committee, Miss Betty Frog. CO, good morning.
Seal. The Cherokee National Treasures are featured at the Saline Courthouse Museum on a 3-month rotating basis. The following treasures and their work will be featured in the upcoming months. Robert Lewis storytelling will start off the 2023 year with exhibit in January and will be displayed until April 8th. Anna Sixkiller basketry will follow Robert's exhibit. Her exhibit will begin April 11th and will be displayed until January 8th, 2023. As part of their exhibit, each artist has the opportunity to host an artist talk or demonstration held in the museum. There are currently 6 Cherokee National Treasures committed to teach in the Cherokee National Treasure Mentorship Program. Each year, the program budgets for 10 national treasures to host class sessions for 2 or more students at a time. There is still time for a treasure to sign up if they're interested in hosting classes. Postings will open for the 2023 Cherokee National Treasures nomination beginning in April, with the deadline for submissions on June 9th, 2023. As in the years past, there will be ads placed in the Cherokee Phoenix. We are currently working on having a link posted in the Cherokee.org website. After a 3-year hiatus, the Cherokee Day Festival will return March 31st through April 2nd, 2023. The festival is held at the National Museum of American Indian in Washington, D.C. 10 Cherokee National Treasures will be in attendance to share their knowledge of traditional arts. Those treasures are as follows: Kathy Abercrombie, Lynn Weaven, Vivian Cottrell, basketry; Betty Frog, basketry, twining; Verl Keeter, flint knapping; Robert Lewis, storytelling; Eddie Morrison, sculpture; Jay Nasty, pottery; Tracy Rabbit, painting; Lisa Rutherford, pottery and textiles; Tommy Wildcat, flute. For more information or to view live streaming of the performances during the festival dates, please visit CherokeeDays.com. Any questions?
Thank you, Betty. Anybody have questions? Well, I know some of us are going to be attending the Smithsonian Cherokee Days, and we're really excited to go back. It seems like it's been forever since we had one.
I know, right?
It's gonna be great.
It's always been fun.
It is. Well, thank you. Thank you, Betty.
What else?
Tentatively scheduled for Thursday, May 25th at 11 a.m. Motion to adjourn, anyone? Second. All right, all in favor? We're adjourned.